Did you know that the food you reheat in your kitchen could be silently harming your health after 70? Last week, a 74-year-old woman ended up in the hospital after eating leftovers she thought were safe. She had no idea that the way she reheated her meal was putting her at risk for food poisoning, digestive issues, and even worse complications. The truth is, not all foods are safe to reheat, especially as we age, when our bodies are more sensitive to what we eat. But here's the good news. Some foods, when reheated properly, can actually boost your health, improve your energy, and keep you feeling strong well into your later years. In this video, we're diving into 3 foods you should never reheat if you're over 70, and 3 foods you absolutely must reheat to stay healthy and safe. These are not guesses or old wives' tales. They're based on science and real patterns doctors and nutritionists have observed in seniors who thrive. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which foods to avoid reheating, which ones to warm up, and how to make simple changes to protect your health and feel your best every day. Stay with me until the very end, because the last food we'll talk about is something most seniors reheat without a second thought, and it could be putting you in serious danger. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about a food you should never reheat: rice. Now, you might be thinking, rice? It's a staple in so many kitchens, and reheating it seems harmless. But here's the problem. Rice is one of the most dangerous foods to reheat improperly, especially for seniors. When rice is cooked and left at room temperature, it becomes a breeding ground for a bacteria called Bacillus cereus. This bacteria can survive even after cooking, and if the rice isn't cooled and stored properly, it multiplies quickly. Reheating doesn't always kill it, and eating contaminated rice can lead to food poisoning, which hits seniors harder because our immune systems weaken with age. Think about someone like Margaret, a 72-year-old who loves her weekly stir-fry. She cooks a big batch of rice on Sunday, leaves it on the counter for a few hours, then reheats it throughout the week. One day, she starts feeling nauseous, her stomach cramps, and she's so weak she can barely get out of bed. What she didn't know was that her rice was harboring bacteria that her body couldn't fight off. Studies show that seniors are at a higher risk of severe complications from foodborne illnesses, and rice is one of the top culprits. The worst part? Even if you reheat rice to steaming hot, some toxins produced by the bacteria can still linger, causing vomiting, diarrhea, and in rare cases, even hospitalization. So what should you do instead? If you cook rice, cool it within an hour and store it in the fridge right away. Only reheat it once, and if it's been sitting in the fridge for more than a day or two, toss it out. Better yet, cook smaller portions so you don't have leftovers. Your stomach will thank you, and you'll lower your risk of a health scare that could set you back. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move on. The second food you should never reheat is eggs. Eggs are a fantastic source of protein, and many seniors rely on them for quick, nutritious meals. But reheating eggs, especially scrambled eggs or omelets, can be a risky move. When eggs are cooked and then left at room temperature for too long, bacteria like salmonella can start to grow. Reheating doesn't always destroy these bacteria, and the texture of eggs changes when reheated, making them less safe to eat. For seniors, a salmonella infection can be far more than just an upset stomach. It can lead to dehydration, fever, and even bloodstream infections that require hospital care. Take John, a 76-year-old who loves making a big batch of scrambled eggs for breakfast. He'd reheat leftovers in the microwave for lunch the next day, thinking he was being thrifty. But one week, he started feeling dizzy, had a high fever, and ended up in the emergency room with a severe infection. His doctor traced it back to the reheated eggs, which had been sitting out too long before being stored. Research shows that seniors over 70 are more vulnerable to foodborne illnesses because our digestive systems and immune responses aren't as strong as they used to be. The good news? You don't have to give up eggs. Cook them fresh each time, and if you have leftovers, store them in the fridge immediately and eat them cold, like in a salad or sandwich. If you must reheat eggs, do it only once. Make sure they're piping hot all the way through and never let them sit out for more than an hour after cooking. By making this small change, you can keep enjoying eggs without putting your health at risk. If you're finding this video helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're still with me. Your feedback means a lot and it helps us create more content like this. Let's keep going. The third food you should never reheat is spinach. This might surprise you, because spinach is a healthy, nutrient-packed vegetable that many seniors include in their diets. But when spinach is cooked and then reheated, it can become a health hazard. Spinach contains high levels of nitrates, which are fine when the vegetable is fresh or freshly cooked. But when cooked spinach is stored and reheated, those nitrates can turn into nitrites, which can be harmful, especially for seniors. In some cases, nitrites can interfere with oxygen transport in the blood, leading to symptoms like dizziness, shortness of breath, or even more serious complications in people with heart or lung conditions. Imagine someone like Susan, a 78-year-old who loves making spinach casseroles. She'd cook a big batch, store it in the fridge, and reheat portions for days. Over time, she started feeling unusually tired and weak, and her doctor found that her blood oxygen levels were lower than normal. The culprit? Reheated spinach that had been stored too long. Studies have shown that reheating leafy greens like spinach can also increase the risk of bacterial growth if they're not stored properly. For seniors whose bodies are less equipped to handle these changes, this can lead to digestive upset or worse. So what's the solution? Eat spinach fresh or cook it just before eating. If you have cooked spinach leftovers, store them in the fridge immediately and eat them cold within a day. Avoid reheating spinach multiple times, and if it's been in the fridge for more than 24 hours, it's better to toss it. By being mindful about how you handle spinach, you can keep enjoying its benefits without the hidden risks. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Your support keeps us going. Now, let's switch gears and talk about the foods you absolutely must reheat to stay healthy. The first food you must reheat is poultry, like chicken or turkey. Poultry is a great source of lean protein, which is essential for maintaining muscle strength and energy as you age. But eating poultry that hasn't been properly reheated can be incredibly dangerous. Raw or undercooked poultry can carry bacteria like Campylobacter or Salmonella. And even cooked poultry can harbor these bacteria if it's not stored or reheated correctly. For seniors, a foodborne illness from poultry can lead to severe dehydration, hospitalization, or even life-threatening complications. Think about Robert, a 75-year-old who loves his weekly roast chicken. He'd store leftovers in the fridge and sometimes eat them cold, or barely warmed up to save time. One day, he started experiencing intense stomach pain, diarrhea, and a fever that wouldn't go away. His doctor confirmed it was a Campylobacter infection from improperly reheated chicken. Studies show that seniors are at a higher risk of complications from foodborne illnesses because our immune systems aren't as robust. The good news? Reheating poultry to the right temperature can kill these bacteria and make it safe to eat. Always reheat chicken or turkey to an internal temperature of at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and make sure it's steaming hot all the way through. Use a food thermometer if you're unsure. And never eat poultry that's been sitting out for more than an hour or stored in the fridge for more than 3 days. By reheating poultry properly, you can enjoy its health benefits without worrying about getting sick. If you're finding these tips helpful, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're still with me. Your comments inspire us to keep creating content like this. Let's move on. The second food you must reheat is soup or broth. Soups and broths are a favorite for many seniors because they're comforting, easy to digest, and packed with nutrients. But they're also a perfect environment for bacteria to grow if not handled properly. When soup is cooked and left at room temperature, bacteria like Clostridium perfringens can multiply rapidly. This bacteria can survive low levels of heat, so simply warming up soup in the microwave might not be enough to make it safe. For seniors, an infection from contaminated soup can cause severe digestive issues, dehydration, and even heart strain if the body is already weakened. Consider someone like Nancy, a 73-year-old who makes a big pot of vegetable soup every week. She'd store it in the fridge and reheat small portions, but sometimes she'd only warm it until it was lukewarm to save time. One evening, she felt bloated, had stomach cramps, and ended up in the hospital with a bacterial infection. Research shows that soups and broths are among the top foods linked to foodborne illnesses when not reheated properly. The solution? Always reheat soup or broth to a rolling boil, stirring to ensure it's heated evenly. Make sure it reaches at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and don't let it sit out for more than an hour after cooking. If you're storing soup in the fridge, use it within 3 days or freeze it for longer storage. By reheating soup the right way, you can enjoy its warmth and nutrition while keeping your body safe. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're here. Your support means the world to us. Let's talk about the final food, and this one might surprise you. The third food you must reheat is pasta dishes with creamy sauces like Alfredo or carbonara. These dishes are delicious and popular, but they're also one of the riskiest foods to eat without proper reheating. Creamy sauces, especially those made with dairy or eggs, are a magnet for bacteria like Listeria or Staphylococcus aureus if they're not stored or reheated correctly. For seniors, a Listeria infection can be particularly dangerous, leading to symptoms like fever, confusion, and even meningitis in severe cases. Imagine someone like Frank, a 77-year-old who loves his creamy pasta leftovers. He'd store them in the fridge and reheat them quickly in the microwave, thinking they were fine as long as they were warm. But one day, he started feeling disoriented, had a high fever, and was diagnosed with a Listeria infection that could have been fatal. Studies show that dairy-based sauces are a common source of foodborne illnesses, especially when reheated improperly. The worst part? Many seniors don't realize that microwaving doesn't always heat food evenly, leaving cold spots where bacteria can survive. So what should you do? Always reheat creamy pasta dishes to at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, stirring frequently to ensure even heating. If you're using a microwave, cover the dish and heat it in short intervals, stirring in between. Store pasta dishes in the fridge for no more than 3 days, and never let them sit out for more than an hour after cooking. By reheating these dishes properly, you can enjoy their rich flavors without putting your health at risk. If you're still watching and finding these tips valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's wrap this up with some final thoughts. Today, we've covered 3 foods you should never reheat: rice, eggs, and spinach, because they can harbor harmful bacteria or chemicals that put your health at risk, especially after 70. We've also talked about 3 foods you must reheat: poultry, soup, and creamy pasta dishes, to ensure they're safe and beneficial for your body. The truth is, as we age, our bodies become more sensitive to what we eat, and small mistakes in how we handle food can lead to big consequences. But the good news is that these risks aren't set in stone. By making simple changes to how you store, reheat, and eat these foods, you can protect your health, boost your energy, and enjoy your meals with confidence. Take a moment to reflect. Do you reheat rice or spinach without thinking twice? Are you warming up your soups and pasta dishes to the right temperature? Maybe you've been eating cold chicken leftovers, not realizing the danger. Whatever the case, the key is awareness. Once you know the risks, you can take steps to fix them. So, here's my challenge to you. Tonight, pay attention to how you handle your leftovers. Check the temperature when you reheat your soup or chicken. Toss out that old rice that's been sitting in the fridge too long. Even one small change can make a big difference in how you feel and how long you stay healthy. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.